And a good morning to you. Your 4 a.m. advisory just dropped on Tropical Storm Francine. Starting off with some good news. The storm has not intensified overnight. Last night it got a lot of dry air wrapped up into it, and that really capped off its intensification process. Now, we do still think it will probably intensify some today, and they are bringing it up to a hurricane at some point today, still bringing it up to a Category 2. And notice the track has now shifted back kind of slightly east. Yesterday we were noticing a slightly westerly jog. Well, since the storm didn't strengthen as fast, we've got it back to right near Vermilion Bay, Marsh Island, St. Mary Parish. Somewhere in there is where the center could come on shore by Wednesday afternoon. So the timing of this looks to be Wednesday during the daytime, and then by Wednesday night into Thursday morning, just after midnight, here we are, the center's up around Macomb. So luckily it is moving through the area, and that will limit that flooding risk from heavy rainfall, though there will still be some heavy rain. So that does still put a large portion of the area on the east side. A lot of our high resolution models do show this coming in a little further east than their center line. We've got several high resolution models that bring it in near St. Mary Parish and into Terrebonne Parish, but also slightly weaker than what's being depicted here. They have it as a Category 2. That's on the higher end of what our models are showing right now, but still need to be preparing for a hurricane to make landfall in our coastal areas, especially back towards Vermilion Bay, St. Mary Parish, and Terrebonne Parish by Wednesday afternoon, and then by Wednesday night lifting to the north. So that is the official track as of 4 a.m. The storm surge numbers have not changed with this update. You can see the center line right there, taking it right through Vermilion Bay, 5 to 10 feet on the east side of that landfalling eye or center. 4 to 7 feet up into Grand Isle, Barataria Bay, Lower Jefferson, up into Lafitte. We're expecting 4 to 7 feet of rise there. On the east bank side of Plaquemines Parish, we're forecasting 2 to 4 feet. That also goes for the lake at 2 to 4 feet as well. So storm surge obviously going to be a bigger problem as you get closer to Terrebonne Parish into St. Mary Parish. And I think right in here, if that center comes in here, we're going to have bigger storm surge problems here. Now, if that center comes in a little further to the east, which some models think it does, that would put a higher storm surge maybe into Terrebonne Bay. We're talking Cocodrie, Chauvin, Port Fourchon, and maybe up into Barataria Bay as well with around Grand Isle. So still could see some changes with our storm surge numbers the way it looks right now. Once again, if you are just joining us, 4:02 here, our 4 a.m. advisory just dropped. This is not necessarily showing anything terrible. We have not seen the storm strengthen overnight, which is great news. You could see that dry air got pulled up in here, this detached area of showers and storms well displaced from the center, but we are seeing at least some thunderstorms trying to fire around the center, but they're struggling. So the intensity of this looks to be leveled off for the time being, but the Hurricane Center does think that it's going to be in a favorable environment today and strengthening. There it is as a hurricane today, continuing to strengthen up until around Wednesday morning, and then that's when the wind shear really kicks in. We'll probably stop the intensification and then hopefully start weakening it as it begins to move inland Wednesday afternoon. So if you're just joining us, that cone is still centered somewhere around Vermilion Bay and Marsh Island. That is a slight eastward shift from what we were seeing with the 10 p.m. cone and also the 4 p.m. cone yesterday. So we are still seeing some changes just because it's not a very strong storm right now, and when they're weaker, you can have the center kind of wobbling around and you can have bigger changes in the forecast. So that's what we're looking at right now with the 4 a.m. update. We've got a lot to break down for you coming up in the 4:30 half hour when we start the WWL Louisiana Morning News. We'll have a look at how strong the winds could get. We'll have a detailed look at the rainfall numbers. We'll go over those storm surge numbers again and have your full forecast. But for now, we're going to toss you back to CBS News.